the LEPC meeting for July 24th in session. We do not. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members, and I think Theo's on the call, so that's 6. I don't think that's a quorum. I need a transcript. So,
do we have to have 6 in person or just 6?
6 in
All meeting.
in the meeting at all, but I think
No, let me see. How many board members are there?
oh gosh, the top of my head,
More than 11?
there's supposed to be 13. I don't think we ever made it to 13. What we're missing is Wendy. To pull up that, I don't have that screen up.
I'm okay with saying there's no one meeting.
Okay, so without quorum, let me get to the agenda. Shrink that. I'm calling the meeting to order. I guess the chair does that.
I'll call the meeting.
Okay, meeting's in order. So let's do introductions. Everybody who hasn't signed in person, please, there's a sheet of paper going around. Please get signed in on that. My name, I'll start the introductions, is Dean Berenbaum. I'm with Adams County Office of Emergency Management and also the LEPC coordinator.
My name is Chad Renslow, New Star Energy. We operate a high pressure petroleum pipeline and storage facility here in Adams County.
Glenn Grove, coordinator for the Adams County Husband Authority and chair of the LEPC.
Bill Reyes, board member.
Emily Madden, Aurora OEM.
Randolph Jackson, citizen board member. Ron Stigman, emergency manager, Adams County.
Okay, and on the call, I can. We can kind of go through what we have on our screen. So, Lisa, do you want to start?
Sure. Lisa Olivito from Adams County Public Health.
Jeff McGuire.
Yeah, I'm Jeff McGuire with Enterprise Products, a Front Range Pipeline. We operate a 16-inch NGL pipeline through Adams County.
Thanks, Jeff. Brenda.
Brenda Lenz with EnviroServe.
Morning.
Good morning.
Matt Chapman.
Yep, good morning, Matt Chapman, City of Aurora Emergency Management.
Morning. Jennifer.
Good morning, Jennifer Zaladowski from Adams County Health Department.
Welcome. Dave Burns.
Jay Burns, Will County Office of Emergency Management and the Will County LEPC coordinator.
Our neighbor LEPC, welcome. Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Benarchik, Fire Marshal at Brighton Fire.
Welcome. And another fire department, Mark.
Mark Schumann, Adams County Fire Rescue.
And Theo.
Morning, Theo Gonzalez, Thornton Fire Department and member.
Morning. Let's see, who else we got? Raven.
Hi, good morning. Raven Taylor, Adams County Health Department.
Welcome, thank you. Nick.
Good morning, everybody. Nick Sporer with Denver Water Emergency Management.
Welcome, good to have you. And is anyone else on the line that I missed? Going once. Okay. That is the roll call. Let's get the, there we go. Next item on the agenda Sounds like we're gonna skip ahead of the meeting approval, minutes approvals. Does anyone have a legislative or regulatory update? Sounds like not. I know there's a few things going on. If you're on Tim's mailing list, you may be getting some updates about different things going on. And I can forward those to anybody that's not on it, or just have you sign up. So partner updates, anybody from Adams County departments, and we'll leave Adams County Health Department has its own, but any other departments for the county present? Like not. Lisa or Raven, do you want to give us an update?
Sorry, I was having trouble unmuting. We don't really have many updates at the health department. I guess from an emergency preparedness side, we are kicking off our internal management team discussion today for public health incidents or emergencies that may pop up. But yeah, not a whole lot going on. We are doing, I should say, we are doing a monkeypox tabletop on Friday, August 4th, to discuss how we will respond to a surge with the disease outbreak. So that's about it for us.
All right, thank you. Any local agencies care to weigh in? The fire, sheriff, any updates?
Dean, this is Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, just a quick update. For those that haven't heard, our chief has resigned of his own accord. There was nothing sinister about it. He just wasn't having fun and decided to retire. So we're in the process of looking for a new chief. We're going to do a national push out. So not sure where this is going to lead. I'm assuming they're going to recommend that they continue my position in emergency management with the department, but that'll all depend on where a new chief falls on that. We are going to accept internal applicants as well. So we'll see where that leads, probably till the first of the year before we find out anything. The only other thing I wanted to push out is thank you to BNSF Railway. They came in and did a responder emergency response course for our agency last week. Our people and definitely need it. End of report.
Thanks, Mark.
I mean, if all you gotta do is have no fun, then gee, sign me up. Tired years ago. Yeah. I will just make a real quick comment since it's here on the Adams Jeffco Hazmat Authority. I won't know more until tomorrow at the board of directors meeting, but preparation for the 2024 budget. Adams County side, Jefferson County side, they both have parity. On the Jeffco side, two of the cities that are contributors to the authority's budget have withdrawn from the ITA. So there's a $38,000 deficit. Because of the parity, there's a $77,000 deficit in the 2024 projected income. So I have prepared budgets. One of the budgets that I prepared actually eliminates the 1.5 employees. So that's me and my admin assistant starting in 2024. The budget has not been accepted. It has not been reviewed. We're going to talk about it. We're still looking at it. There's a few other alternatives, but I would say regardless of anything else that happens, I don't see Adams Jeffco Hazmat Authority breaking up, but I do see it kind of isolating the north area from the south area. So some of the Adams County agencies that are already working very closely together on the north area, some of the Jeffco agencies that are already working very closely together on the south area of our response area, probably becoming a little bit more self-managed, I guess, if you want to call it that. far as their training days are concerned, as far as some of the equipment deployment is concerned. I guess more to follow, but, this is gonna be an interesting 3 months, 4 months between now and the end of the year, so. I don't see any major changes as far as response is concerned. I don't think there's any concerns in either one of the 2 counties, actually 3 counties in Brookfield. I think it's just one of those things that there's some growing pains after 30 years. Forward to hearing any more. Okay, so any representatives, local chemical facilities? Oh, actually, I skipped one, I'm sorry. Since we have neighbor LEPCs on, any reports from Weld, anything? Okay, that's why I skipped it over, I guess. Okay, so local chemical facilities, anybody on?
Hey, Dean,
Yep.
one quick thing I just want to put it out there for everybody is Weld County is currently working with Carroll Way, and we're looking at doing a chemical safety workshop for our October LEPC meeting, which will actually be in November. So that's going to be a pretty good size workshop that we're in the planning stages of it right now. So I just maybe opening that up too as well for the Adams County to sit in and kind of see how that goes.
All right, appreciate that. Will you send me some info offline and we can kind of coordinate a little bit?
Absolutely.
Awesome, thank you, sir.
Yep.
All right, we have some representatives from oil and gas in the room and on the call. Start with my next door neighbor right here.
New Star has nothing new.
Okay.
Ann Frazen, CPRN, Power Preparedness Response Network. We finishing up some plans with Williams Fire and Hazmat Control to bring some training to northern Colorado, probably the Platteville Gilchrist area, 3 days of industrial firefighting. Mainly classroom type stuff for our municipal and rural fire districts that work in the TJ Basin. But they'll have some equipment here as well so that we can look through it, mess around with it. But mainly classroom. And this will prep us for next year. We're going to send firefighters to their training school at the Texas A&M Boutiques facility.
Oh, yeah.
So this is kind of the get your feet wet with it if you haven't touched industrial firefighting before as a municipal fire district or rural fire district. And then next year we'll actually send a team TJ Basin down there, since we don't know what the training facilities in this area are going to look like in the fall and next year. We want to kind of just get ahead of that. So that's kind of our plan. We're going to start planning flooding exercise that affects production site, pipeline site, kind of like we did yet last year with the tornado exercise. So we're going to start planning flooding exercise. We'd like to bring that here again, here at EOC in the winter when it slows down. I'll be working with Dave for that piece too. And then my board of directors just approved a public safety grant. So next year, Q2, CPRN collectively with the membership, it's all involved, 6 largest oil and gas companies in Colorado, will have a small grant program available. I know a lot of companies engage directly with fire districts and hazmat teams and public safety agencies, but we'll have something as well. Oh, and I'm getting a drone, so if you need help, there's no oil and gas, any type of incident training. We were testing our phones recently, and then on PFAS phone testing that we did with Mountain View and Civitas Resources and Chevron. We put a bunch of drones up to record that. We'll have all that on our YouTube channel soon as well. But so I'll have a drone if you need that support. I know a lot of fire districts and companies have that. Can't get a hold of them at 2 a.m.
You can use the pilot.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go under the 250 gram.
Oh.
For now.
Still, so there's an app called Before You Fly.
Yes, yes, I'm familiar.
Okay, make sure you know.
Yeah. I helped, really put together my team, so. So that's it for, yes, for me.
I know, Preston Peaks, which I think is now, Civitas,
Right.
had a real nifty drone trailer.
You're actually gonna see that if you go to the Aurora on PCB.
Excellent.
Shane Heap, our security director. And I will be taking that to the Aurora LEPC.
A drone with a trigger.
Hey, you get everything.
So you said a drone trigger?
Now, the trailer itself is like a little command post with multiple monitors and a work area and stuff like that, and then they can connect in.
Yeah, and you can sit in the trailer and see the drone feed on a big screen.
We did exactly that for the phone test. Right.
We did that.
Well, he sat, and it's funny, he said, we opened up the side doors of this trailer, he sat where you had the entrance, so he could lean back and see, make sure the screens were projecting. Yeah, it was all good stuff. You did our tech, trying to use all the toys that we have.
That's good, thank you. Anybody else in, oil and gas industry? Any Suncor representatives? Okay, hearing none, I didn't see anybody from the state of Colorado.
I'm also from the state of Colorado.
Oh, that is correct.
Colorado Department of Agriculture, we're building response plans for the ESF 11 desk at the Stadium C. And one of them will be how hazmat affects agriculture and just kind of, we're gonna do a playbook. So what do we need to consider within the first 6 hours, 12 hours, 24, and then as we get into multi-operation risk. So I might be reaching out to some folks that know a little bit about hazardous materials, and my oil and gas friends, to see what they might think should be our priorities in that book. And that's just gonna be written for someone who doesn't touch anything, doesn't touch hazmat, and has to sit at that desk while I'm sleeping, because I'm the lead for this up alone. And then we'll make that transparent. We'll push that out to any local agencies that want to borrow that too. We're doing it for a bunch of different types of disasters. Like right now, we're writing wildland fire, severe heat, drought plans with some veterinary into CSU. And then I wrote a severe winter weather plan already. Drag. Got hired last year.
Excellent.
That's all from that little part of the state.
Any other hats you wear, Daniel?
No, I don't figure it anymore.
All right, federal partners, EPA, anybody else from a federal agency? Okay, any local community groups or citizens groups listening in, have any reports? All right, anybody else?
I appreciate you putting my two things right next to each other.
Makes it easier.
Yes. The professionals very.
Try to be efficient. All right, I will move on and let's see if I can share the screen for. Okay, can people on the call see the spill report screen?
No.
Yes and no? No, negative. Okay, let me stop sharing and get out of here. And let's see. Isn't it? There's. See if I can. Want to get. That's not going to scroll for me. Yeah, I can do it on my laptop here.
While you're doing that, Dean, I'll just put out to the group, a reminder that the 2023 LEPC conference is coming up September 5 through 8 at Beaver Run Resort in Breckenridge. The Adams County LEPC has 2 slots guaranteed, and we usually ask for a couple extras that are paid for through the state for the CPPC in that conference. Dean, are you going this year?
Sure, yeah, I'll go.
Okay. I was not planning on going this year.
Okay.
So we have at least one guaranteed slot that, I know there's been a little bit of interest expressed in it. If you're interested in going to the LEPC conference and representing Adams County LEPC, please contact either me or Dean or both. And I haven't been told yet by the state when I need to tell them who the people are, but I'm sure that's coming up here sometime very shortly.
What are the dates again?
September 5 through 8.
Did you see the agenda yet?
I didn't see one. Go to the website right now and see if we have one.
The last year there was a lot of environmental justice stuff covered, and the railroad did a really great presentation. So I just kind of wondered what it looked like this year.
And I would just throw out that anybody who can come to these meetings is eligible to put in a slot. Don't have to be a government person to put in for that. So if you've been coming to the meetings and, you know, putting your time in, certainly, you know, if you want to go to the LEPC conference, Boston company, submit your name. I'm going to slide them, but they come to the meetings and send people that don't.
Yeah, I always find something worthwhile at the meetings, so.
It's a decent conference. I've never heard anything bad about the conference. It's a good location, Beaver Run Resort in Breckenridge. Nice, beautiful time of the year to be able to work. So,
Yeah, I like that it combines the emergency management folks, the public health folks, and the hazmat folks. They're all.
I mean, it's our second largest conference in the EM genre that we had in Colorado. I mean, get the OEM conference early, the EM conference, and then the LEPC.
And the way the conference is done is, even though they're scheduled as full days on Wednesday, it's one of those things that predominant presentation on Wednesday is LEPC 101. So if you're familiar with LEPCs, what they do, how they work, that's something that it wouldn't be critical. On the other hand, if you're new to LEPCs and want to know more about them, then it's a fabulous class that Tim Gaywahouse presents. Friday afternoon is real quick, short morning more than anything else. Sometimes people bail out Thursday, Friday. So, I mean, you can kind of mix and match however you want to do it. But the state will pay for the Wednesday night, Thursday night. So the evening of the 5th, evening of the 6th, 7th, I guess. There's three nights that they pay for. In lodging and Beaver Run Resort. As Ron said, it's really, really, really informative thing. There's all kinds of different topics. Just an absolute litany of people who are subject matter experts in the field, and you can share with them. You can get from them. I mean, it's Carol Wade who says there's always a nugget. You always walk away with a nugget. So, you know, it's kind of like mine. Sometimes you have to spend a little time digging, but you will find the nuggets. I encourage you to go. Pardon me?
You have a vendor?
I don't have a vendor list. I just went to the state's website. Follow up the dates.
Sometimes they have a vendor show, so there's a lot of representatives in the hazmat world that are there. You know, so it's nice to.
All right, well, let me whip through the spill reports that we've got. Again, is it anybody on the call able to see the spill report now?
Yes, we can see it.
Copy,
Yep.
thank you. So on the 30th of May, this is basically since our last meeting. In Commerce City, there was a spill of a cement additive. The truck had an error and they dumped 300 gallons onto the dirt lot beneath them, and they did have it cleaned up. In Thornton, Niagara Creek, there was a raw sewage overflow of 5,000 gallons due to a blocked sewer line that backed up to a street and then to Niagara Creek, and that was treated. Adams County Health Department, if anybody has any background on any of these and you want to jump in, just unmute and go ahead and say whatever you know about it. Otherwise, I'll just keep kind of scrolling through real quick.
I'll just add to the water main and the sewage. Testing came back, okay, both upstream and downstream. CDPHE did testing.
Okay, awesome. Good to know. Thank you, Lisa. Brighton, there was a potable water spill of 1 million gallons. Basically I think they were putting in some cable line or something like that and cut a water main. And that basically made its way to the Platte River. So they did get it stopped eventually.
So why is that reportable?
Yeah, it's water. It doesn't matter because it hit another waterway. And the main thing was just to make sure that we didn't have contamination of other lines. Thankfully, that happened in a non-residential area.
So as much as anything else, you're looking for foreign substance that the potable water picks up and plugs into? Okay.
Correct.
Okay, on the 12th of June, Commerce City, unknown material. This was basically somebody saw a sheen on the Burlington ditch. They did boom it. The fire department came out and put out booms. They tracked that up, and I know Lisa and Jeff McCarron and Public Health were on this pretty tight. Basically tracked this to a pipe that came out, kind of almost a legacy ceramic or clay pipe or something like that came out to the into the ditch. And that and Lisa, do you want to throw in any other details on that?
Yeah, I know we were looking into possibly cameraing the line to see where the entry port is located. FRICO, though, the farming consortium and the ditch runner have taken responsibility of handling the situation. And I think at this time, I believe EH has not heard back from the ditch rider or the consortium. So we're still pushing.
All right. Yeah, and it didn't sound like that sheen lasted too long either, but.
Well, we had rain incidences too during that time, so I think it diluted and moved on, but didn't make it to Bar Lake, so that was a good thing. But my concern is if it's happened once, it's happened before, and it'll most likely happen again. I think we just got it spotted this time.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully somebody will figure out where that pipe comes from. That might help.
I mean, it would be the responsible thing to do.
All right, on 23rd of June, Brighton, a tanker truck of liquid fertilizer overturned. I think it was on a highway on ramp. Might have been for 76 if I recall, but they did have a cleanup for that, so they were concerned that might travel, but I believe they got everything cleaned up in time. Commerce City, This was a Suncor sulfur dioxide release. Their description said that they believed that acid gas was released into the flare and caused that. I'm not sure the mechanism, what that means exactly, but they did have a sulfur dioxide release. Aurora, we had a sanitary sewer overflow, 70 gallons that went into the Sable ditch on, and then into Toll Creek due to a backup in the main line. Just not a large amount. But. Westminster, they had a 74,000 reclaimed gallons. An irrigation line broke due to construction and spilled into a retention pond. And then on the very same day, another large 13,000 gallons reclaimed water spilled, completely unrelated due to construction. An irrigation line was ruptured and spilled directly into a storm drain over the course of 17 hours. And so they caught that later and fixed that. Commerce City, there was a diesel spill, 60 to 100 gallons. There was a ruptured saddle tank on a highway shoulder. Then in July, Westminster had a raw sewage, unknown amount. The reporting party was repairing a sewer line and cut the water main. And also in Westminster, reclaimed water, 33,370 gallons, slow leak from a drip system. They did finally detect it. They think it started on the 29th, and they got that valve repaired and stopped the leak. And then in Commerce City, antifreeze, 10 gallons of tractor trailer caught on fire, and in the process, the coolant in the radiator released to the pavement, and they cleaned it up, and then that was reported. And then after I did these last Friday, a few more came in. So Thornton, there was a sewage spill of 40 to 60 gallons. Contractor accidentally dumped asphalt when they were paving down into a manhole, blocked up the sewage, backed up, and kind of overflowed into the street in a storm drain, and then to the irrigation ditch. I don't know if we had any reports from public health on whether there was any cleanup or any mitigation of that.
There's mitigation, but then I also know CDPHE has dealt with this particular company today with, being negligent on dumping the asphalt millings or whatever. So there may be a fine or something involved with that as well, but more to come.
All right. Thanks, Lisa.
Uh-huh.
And then also on the 21st, Westminster, another reclaimed water spill. There was a stuck valve on an irrigation line. Looks like they didn't detect it for a couple days, and all of the release was contained in a retention pond. I threw together the oil and gas data, and basically there were just a few. Basically, there was a historical spill. That usually means they're cleaning up after a site that exists, and they found that under the tank that there had been a leak, and they cleaned that up. So that first one is exactly that, a tank battery. Another one, there was apparently a release from a gas gathering pipeline system. Crestone Peak reported a recent spill. Didn't really give a lot of detail on that one. And then a couple more historical ones, and then a recent one from Pegasus Petroleum, and that was a well site gas leak. So they don't give as much detail as we get from state public health on the other kinds of spills, but that's what was in the last since the last LEPC meeting. So let me go and
Lisa, unrelated question. Didn't we have some household chemical collection dates in July? They come and gone, or are they still upcoming?
That's not a public health sponsored event.
Oh, okay, okay, never mind.
It's probably more of a, if it was a county sponsored. I know typically they've done them at Riverdale, but honestly, I'm not up to date on that.
Okay, yeah, I'm not either. I thought there were a couple and I just didn't know what kind of response they had, but I'll check into it. Okay, that's pretty much, I did put in there on the agenda, just we have had over the last couple of months, a supplementary tier 2 report. So basically an update, for Cameo. If you are using Cameo or not, and you want any of the additional, tier 2 reports, but they're formatted for Cameo. And if you're not familiar with that, that is a software system for organizing and viewing the tier 2 reports for the county. So we did have an update come down from CBPHE, and I have those available. Just send me an email, dberenbaum@adcogov.org, and I can release those to fire departments in Adams County. Any committee reports moving on? Don't think we have anything specific ongoing from LEPC committees.
Are you gonna cover your public safety?
I can mention that, yeah.
Yes.
There's a public safety touch a truck event for community preparedness that will happen at Adams County Fairgrounds. And if I am correct, this is Saturday, September 30th. And so for anybody in our kind of line of work, if you would like to have a table or bring some sort of a response vehicle or some, touch a truck, kind of anything that you use in the field that would be interesting to the public and sort of explains what your safety message would be, you're welcome. Get a hold of me or Kyle Lopez, which is klopez@adcogov.org. And we will we'll get you in there, but we're kind of getting to a drop dead date for any presenters or that for attending. So please try and get a hold of us ASAP to secure a spot. But it should be a pretty good event. We're going to have some food trucks and just invite basically the county. And so if you have a message to put out that would be interesting and educational regarding public safety and emergency preparedness, we would love to see you there. Otherwise, bring your families and come and attend.
I'm sorry, do you know what's the location on that?
Adams County Fairgrounds.
The Fairgrounds, September 30th.
Is there a flyer yet or anything?
There is.
Okay.
And anybody, I'll send you one, Dan, but anybody,
We might try to do what we're doing for Aurora, just have that Civitas equipment.
great. Yeah, that would be awesome. And then underneath, we have an open request for site tours, meeting hosts. So if you'd like to have the LEPC at your facility, that would be great. We just need a conference room that holds about 10 people or 25 people. Hopefully we can get a larger group in person for that sort of meeting. So if you have a facility, and we thank those who have previously hosted a tour. So also if you host a tour and not host the meeting, that's fine as well. We're very much open to it and like to get out on a few field trips now that we're doing things in person again.
I'm just gonna add on that, I work with Dean a lot on coordination of these meetings, so if you have equipment, like Dan was talking about bringing out some equipment for the Aurora LEPC meeting, if you have a particular piece of equipment you'd like to show off, if you have a presentation that you'd like to show off and say, here's what we do. And if you're an oil and gas company, you just want to do a short PowerPoint presentation on what you do or response that you do, please contact me and see if you can get on the agenda. Again, site visits are always cool. I know that some facilities aren't able to accommodate a large number of people coming into their site. I realize that gets a little sticky sometimes. But if you have a piece of equipment you want to roll out here, no matter what it is, or if you have a presentation that we can go up on the PowerPoint, it doesn't have to be a big detailed thing. You know, it can be just a 10-15 minute presentation. We're more than happy. We want to try and beef up these meetings a little bit and get them more informational, more educational. So please contact me if you have any of that stuff. Thank you.
All right, so some old business, we don't have a report from the committee, but we're trying to get our members to do more outreach in the community. And so if you'd like to be a part of that, please let us know. There's a lot of good reasons for the LEPC to help the community surrounding Adams County, or within Adams County, to understand the risks. That's the whole reason LEPCs were invented in the first place, is to reach out to the community and let them know what their risks are, and some preparedness information. Also, and last kind of thing on the very bottom there, there is, we talked about renewing the kind of out-of-date LEPC brochure that we've had, and we're going to hand out at public events like we're talking about in the outreach. And rather than going to the expense of a brochure, which you hand out, maybe somebody may or may not read it and then they kind of toss it. We are actually going to do, instead, we've updated the website and that is complete. So please go to the Adams County website and find, navigate to LEPC. You can just search LEPC in that and see how we've changed the website, but also instead of a brochure, I am printing a poster with a QR code on it that takes you to that web page as well. And then when we go to public events, we'll direct people to be able to get information from the website rather than just hand out some trifle brochure. So that was kind of the thing. That brochure is in its final stages, and we should be able to have some to hand out at the Adams County Fair, which is coming up really fast. So hopefully we'll get those done in time. And then if not, we'll be handing them out wherever else we go at community preparedness events. So that's an update. I know the board has had a chance to look at those and kind of pick, some of the choices. There were some different options, and so we're gonna go ahead and move ahead. And anybody has any other comments or anything on outreach or brochures or the website, drop them in now.
And we'll also make copies to the OEM office to share with our partners in the county. So the municipalities and the municipal OEMs, just so you can display it, wherever you might have a display. If you do a community event, if you have an office or a lobby or something, you can throw that poster up there in your lobby, and people walk by and see the QR code, send them right to the LEPC and some information. But we'll make up additional copies. I think we're doing it in English and Spanish, right?
Yes.
We'll have it both in English and Spanish. We do about 30 to 40 community events per year through the OEM office. And so in addition to our Code Red campaign, we'll have the LEPC information there as well. And that way, we're just trying to reach more and more people as means we can. But we'll, if you want posters, give it Dean, and he can, we'll get some posters printed up. I don't mind paying for that out of our budget.
Thank you, Ron, for generosity of the OEM and supporting LEPC. All right, does anybody else have anything for the good of the order?
I'm just gonna add one more thing on, officially, unofficially, the OEM is gonna be moving to the sheriff's office under the management of the sheriff's office from the county. That should take place here in the next week or so. So it actually formalized that specifically. So if you're not familiar, we were under the management of the county, basically the county manager's office, and now we're going to be moving to the sheriff's office. That decision was made primarily because that's where we need to be honest, because the public safety agency, we need to be under the sheriff's office versus the county manager's office at this particular time, just so that we can be more involved in some of the, public safety issues that are going on in the county.
Can we call you Commander Ron?
No. Yeah, because that's my official word title.
Okay.
All right, but Ron, no change in facility, no change in contact numbers, no.
Yeah, and I think there's a letter that is gonna be coming out to partners. That was drafted last week, and it basically says just that, there won't be any change in location, there won't be any change in phone numbers, contact information, that'll all stay the same. Just basically notification to the state on how OEM is being managed, that's required by state statute. And then, the sheriff's office is going to get an RFP just to evaluate OEM, figure out where where the shortfalls are, the organizational structure, all that stuff. And so they're gonna have an RFP, have a consultant come in and just spend some time with us and kind of use some touch points on OEM to figure out how we can make OEM services better. So that's probably gonna happen in the next 60 to 90 days once we make the transition. Looking forward to that.
That's been,
Back and forth,
back when I was in office, that's been the point of contention with the sheriff's department. Commissioners put it under their purview through the county manager back in the day.
Yeah.
And I know that Doug Dar and Matt, everybody's been trying to get it under the sheriff's purview because the sheriff is the point person. The emergency, so. But
it's bounced back and forth between the county and the sheriff's office multiple times since I've been meeting.
And that's not just Adams County, that's nationwide.
Yeah, it's an issue, and one of the problems is if you are reporting directly to the Board of County Commissioners, that's one thing. Because now you have a direct link to the chair of the Board of County Commissioners. And by statute, the Office of Emergency Management is governed by the Board of County Commissioners. That's state statute. And so it can be governed by the Board of County Commissioners and then delegated off to a county manager or sheriff's office or even a fire district. But it's still the responsibility and risk of the Board of County Commissioners who are providing emergency services to the county. One of the issues that we had in the last 7 or 8 years is when they moved the Office of Emergency Management back to the county, we lost all that. I mean, they basically eliminated that nexus between OEM and leadership. So we kind of lost all that. So we're trying to invigorate that, if you will, through the sheriff's office. So now we'll have a direct link with the elected official, go right to the Board of County Commissioners and say, hey, here's what we're doing, here's what we need, here's what's happening, and have more of a connection with the Board of County Commissioners. So we're looking forward to that relationship. I know the sheriff is excited to have us come on board, so we're already ahead of the game there. That's it.
All right, any last words? Glenn, do you want to do the official?
Do we need a motion to adjourn? Do we have an official?
We need that recorded. I don't think we have any more meetings.
Yeah, just the information, yeah.
All right, well, thanks for attending, everyone, in person and online, and we'll see you in 2 months. The next meeting. Pull this up real quick. I think I'll put it at the bottom. September 25th.
Should almost push it out 5 days, make it the touch a truck day.
Oh. Yeah, we should.
That'll be a Saturday though, and not a lot of people show up.
Yeah, you can bring the kids. They'll be excited. There'll be food trucks and fire trucks.
Food truck, music.
free corn dogs, LEPC picnic meeting, right? Free corn dogs.
I don't think so.
I don't know if we got a corn dog truck or not.
I don't have a corn dog.
There's a lot of
Talk bronze, free corn dog.
That's my dream. It's only a 4-hour event, so it's pretty much, just get out there for a few hours, meet with the community, and then we'll occupy your entire day. So
It will have helicopters though. So
We just gotta increase your goodie budget, that's all.
we'll definitely work on that.
I was amazed when I saw all that stuff laying out there. Oh, I know that's not ours.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that. We'll work on that though. That's, yeah, a little bit more refreshments, I think. But all right, well, I'm not gonna keep everybody. We're, I think, officially adjourned, and thank you. We'll see you in 2 months. And do attend our touch a truck on the 30th as well. Thanks, everybody.
Appreciate it. Thank you, people.
Thanks, Dean.
You are welcome.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.